Hey guys, it's Tomas Romero here with the Runway Girl Network. Today we're heading down to Irvine, California, where we're going to talk to Rolf Wickland, the Director of Presentation Software, about Lumexis' new FTTS third generation IFE system. Should be cool. Let's go.
Thank you, Tomas.
Hi, Rolf. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. One important overall point that I want to make about the FTTS system is that this interface that we're looking at today is a demonstration interface. We can repurpose it for use on a plane if somebody chooses it. But this is a real important differentiator between the FTTS system and other systems, especially the seat-centric systems, which really pigeonhole people into using a particular interface style. The FTTS system can use any interface style that the airline desires. As a matter of fact, for some of our customers, we retrofit their aircraft and we duplicate completely the interfaces from other systems that are already flying, so the passenger has a uniform experience across their planes. Or if they want us to develop their interface in conjunction with a third party, we can do that. Or if they have somebody outside that they want just to develop the entire interface and then give it to us to implement, we can do that as well. So as nice as this interface is and as fun as it is to use, it in no way indicates that this is the FTTS system. It can really literally be whatever the airline wants. When passengers are in front of the screen, what happens here is this is sort of a commercial loop that entices them to use the system. And this can be ads, or it can be airline media, whatever the airline wants on there. It can be information about the airline, it can be trailers like we're showing here, it can be paid advertisements. And the FTTS system actually allows daily updating of all of our ad content, whether it's video or static ads or web content. So they can actually be selling ads and then updating them even the next day or two if they want on the aircraft. This is the main menu down here, and it's a scrolling list. It's set up to support moving highlight or touchscreen, so you can just drag the list to scroll it. And then that paradigm is used throughout the interface, and it's going to be familiar to people from their smart TV systems at home. So what I'd like to do is just take you through each section on the GUI. So let's go into the movies area first. This scrolling list here is going to be used throughout the interface, and the categories are shown up at the top, so we're starting in an A to Z category, but there's action, comedy, etc. These are completely up to the airline and their content service provider. And then a lot of times in the interface there's other details down here that you can use to find content. For instance, if you go into movie search, you can either search on the movie name, the cast member, or the director. So let's go cast member and then see what has a C in it. There's more than 10 results that do. Let's put an E. So there's 3 actors that have CE in their name right here. And then you can actually go into the list and scroll through those. So there's Prometheus. And when the passenger first sits down in the seat, they see a screen like this, and the loop is enticing them to use the system. And right from the get-go, if we know who the passenger is in the seat, this is seat 1A for instance, we know that Dominique is going to be sitting in the seat from the passenger manifest, and we can get that information from a bunch of different ways. And if we have a history on that passenger on this airline, we can actually figure out the type of movies and the type of music they like based on the ratings, based on the actors, based on directors, and based on the type of movies, action, etc. So we have recommendations for you, and then this is 5 movies and 5 albums that based on his previous behavior that we think he might be interested in. And let me turn the volume up so I can show you the soundtrack and the subtitles, how we do them on this system. Lots of languages available. You can have 50 plus languages available per movie if the airline wants to pay for them. So let's put it into Turkish, French, back to English. The subtitles are on the same screen, so let's put Arabic subtitles on. And now you'll see they just turn on immediately. Although usually you don't have to choose your language in your subtitles, because on the FTTS system, based on your language choice in your GUI, and we're flying with up to 8 GUI languages on some airlines right now, but that's not restricted, could be as many as the airline wants. But based on your choice of language, the content automatically starts in your language, and if it's not available, it automatically starts a subtitle in your language. So usually you don't have to play around with those controls, but they're there if you need them. Let's exit out of here and I'll show you how that same paradigm is used in other areas. If you go into the TV section, for instance, you're going to see the same thing, and it's the TV shows that are at this level, and then you see individual episodes when you go down. There's also a satellite TV function, In this case, we are hooked up to row 44 satellite TV streams. So it depends on what connectivity and what streams are coming to the aircraft, we can get a hold of them. Let's go into music so that we can have some background while we talk. Same information here, and what these little banners are showing you here is that some of our albums actually have lyric data available with them, as provided by this content provider, and so you can actually read the lyrics while you're listening to the song. This is our destinations area. This is some of this has been updated for this version of the Lumexis product. It's really pretty neat. So here's the destinations that this airline goes to, which is Lumexis airline. But you can highlight different areas of the globe to concentrate on things in there. So let's go read about Los Angeles. What happens is this is destination information, and there can also be destination videos. This is the route map, and this is generated automatically from the airline's data. So what happens is you pick a city, and then the route map shows you what other cities that it flies to. It's live. This can be updated dynamically. A lot of airlines, especially newer airlines, are adding and removing routes. And with this tool, you don't have to do a content load for that. You can just upload it on the SDB. The airline controls what their routes are, and then it automatically appears on the plane. So one other thing I wanted to show you was how the wireless second screen system works. So I just have an iPad here that's already connected into the system wirelessly. And what happens is when you sit down with your own device, if it's a notebook or a Galaxy Tab or an Apple device, you can indicate what seat you're in, and then we deliver content based on your seat. And so over here is some things that are available on second screen. For instance, you can use the map while you're watching content. This is seat 2A. It's attached to this seat here. You can play games. There's a lot of different games available on the second screen product for different types of devices, HTML5 games, JavaScript games, Flash games which aren't showing up on the iPhone, on the iPad device. Food and drink, you can actually browse and make orders while you're watching, which is a real nice feature. So you don't have to disturb your movie to do that. But what I really wanted to show you is some of the remote features that are based on the movie that you're watching. So let's go into the remote control area. You can actually switch over to video controls, and then you can control the video by using your own device. Or if you're watching a movie, you can see the second screen data for that feature over on your own device. So in this case, while we're watching the Batman movie, we can see the facts about the movie going by here. Or if we want to read the script while the movie's going, I can hit script, and then I can actually read the script for each scene as it continues. When we're designing interfaces, we really try to follow some rules to make sure that there's as few controls on the screen as possible, that the controls are big, that they have an icon and text on the controls so they're easy to understand. There's always an easy way to get home. Just a lot of techniques to make sure that people don't get lost, and when they want to do something, that they can do it.